Hey, happy people, people with possibilities. It's me again doing a short segment. Today, I'm going to talk about micro decisions, micro moments leading to macro moments and macro outcomes. What does that really mean? It means that in the moment, when you're making a decision, it's got long term implications. And we need to be grounded in the fact that we have choices every day, all the time. And how we handle those choices really has a trickle down effect on ourselves, on the people around us, whether they be coworkers or family or friends or all of the above. And in the book, I talk about, micro moments and what could have been or what it led to be. And in my life, I made micro decisions 20 years ago that I'm feeling the impact of in a positive way today. And so you really have to pay homage and give intention to what you decide you're going to do, not do, who you're going to hang out with, who you're not going to go hang out with, what you're going to say yes to, what you're going to say no to, what you're going to ignore, what you're not going to ignore. All those things add up. What do I mean? Let me explain. So in the book, I talk about saying yes or no to different things that you may be thinking or saying that you really want. So let's just say that you're not really happy with your job, but your passion was writing and you have this opportunity to go take a writing class at the community college, either at night or virtually or however that shows up for your opportunity, your possibility, and you say no. And so what is the outcome of that micro decision? Well, the outcome is you could be in a position where you're going to continue to whine and complain about how much you hate your job and how much you'd really like to write, but you're not really doing anything about it. Or, your kid has really not been putting forth much effort in a class, and you know this, and they come home with a D, and you freak out. Oh my God, they're a sophomore, junior in high school. They're never going to get into a great college. It's going to affect their GPA. Oh my God, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. And you charge right into school and you blast the teacher. You can't do this, da, da, Johnny, Susie, whatever. Shouldn't get this grade. How could you? And you lay into the teacher. Now, you know in your heart that your kid deserves exactly what they got, but you go in and you advocate for your kid who really doesn't really deserve to be advocated for, but you do it anyway. So what's the outcome of that? Well, the outcome could be that this child, particular child, is going to is going to come to expect that you come to their rescue whenever they screw up and you'll fix it. You'll be the fixer. And so now you'll be not only a helicopter parent, but a snowplow parent. And you know what a snowplow parent is, right? You remove the obstacles out of the way of the child before he or she needs to even encounter them. So you remove the snow in front of their cute little vehicle or their cute little life, and they never learn how to deal with adversity and they don't understand the premise of cause and effect. If you do this, then you get that, right? So causality is a very big part of micro decisions and micro moments and macro outcomes, because without causality, no one would do anything. If I didn't get money when I would go to my job, then why would I go to my job? If I didn't get satisfaction out of doing this podcast, then why would I do this podcast? So you want to be in a position where your micro decisions are leading you to where you want to be in the future. So where do you want to be in the future? You say you want to write. You say that, you don't want to put up with the BS that's in your company and how there's one particular guy that's being a complete ass and he's very sexist and misogynistic and he treats all the women in the department like crap. Well, if you don't figure out a way to stand up for yourself and the other women around him, you're basically giving him a pass to continue his very bad behavior. So this is a micro moment. You have an opportunity to make a difference. You have an opportunity to do something, good, bad, ugly, whatever, but you're making an impact. So micro moments are those moments in time where you have the opportunity to react in a way that's going to give you outcomes. Sometimes you don't see them for years. Sometimes you don't see them for days. Sometimes, like it's that idea of you say that you want to lose 20 pounds. And the next day, there's a meeting at your company in the conference room, and all they have spread out is Dunkin' Donuts. And everybody's eating Dunkin' Donuts. So you say, what the hell, I'll start tomorrow. And then you do that, and you break your promise to yourself that you're going to be good about what you eat and not eat junk. So you go down the path. You pick up the donut, and then you pick up another one. And then you say to yourself, what the hell? The rest of the day's shot. I'm going to, throw caution to the wind. This creates a pattern of behavior twofold. One is you've broken a promise to yourself, which is horrible. You can't break promises to yourself, just like you shouldn't break promises to friends or family. If you say you're going to be there at 11 o'clock, don't be there at 11:45. If you say you're going to do something and you're going to help a friend work on their resume, then help a friend work on their resume. You can't blow it off. Well, the same thing goes for yourself. Your micro decision to blow off your promise to yourself will have long-term implications. You no longer trust yourself. So now anything you say doesn't mean shit. I'm going to lose 20 pounds doesn't mean anything. It's like a pipe dream. Yeah, sure. I'll go to the gym. Sure. Whenever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, if I don't get to it, it's no big deal, right? Because I'm used to breaking promises to myself. That's a micro decision in a micro moment. Now, have you planned for it and you actually took actions in that micro moment? Because you don't know what's going to happen in a conference room. There's always junk food, bagels, donuts, muffins, all that crap. Pack yourself something. Pack yourself a really healthy bar, a banana, an orange, an apple, all of the above, nuts. Show up prepared. Make the decision in advance that you are actually going to keep your promise to yourself so that your macro outcomes line up with your micro decisions. Otherwise, they will never. Nothing happens without action. Okay. So I sign people's books and I say, just remember anything is possible with a little intention, planning, and action. You need all three. You need all three, people. So micro moments, you need to have an intention. What is it that I want to do? Do I want to become a writer? Do I want to become an athlete and lose the 20 pounds that I gained because whatever, I still have the baby fat from my baby 18 years ago? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, do something about it. Have the intention, plan, set yourself up, pack those nuts, pack those fruits, pack the things that will not sabotage your decision. And then macro outcomes happen. Guess what? You get into a rhythm. You appreciate your own word. So now you trust yourself. You know that when you say you're going to do something or you want to do something, you actually put intention and planning and action behind it. And that's the secret sauce. You have the trifecta. You have intention, you have planning, and you have action, because one without the other two could mean that you talk to yourself a lot, or you say a lot of shit, but you don't do anything. Or it could mean that you run around like a chicken without its head cut off because you're not taking the time to be intentional and plan the things properly. So you're either out of joint or feeling frustrated or feeling overwhelmed because you haven't taken the time to do the planning and the intentionality. So you have to have all three. So that's really the micro moment. In that moment when somebody says something to you, you can choose to respond to it in a different way. Remember the story about the woman in the meeting and she made a face while you were presenting. That does not mean, even though you made it mean, that she hates you or your ideas or any of the above. It just means that you have a story about it. So let's think about the things that we want to be actual real stories, not like made up stories. So what do you want to have happen? And what are the micro decisions and the micro moments that you need to plan and have intention around so that it shows up that way? So if you say you want a bigger house, back up the truck, go through the process. What is it going to take? Do the math, do the calculations, make the budgets. What is it going to take for you to get to that place where you can make that decision and have that happen? And that's pretty much what I want to leave you with. Micro moments lead to macro outcomes and the life that you will have. So the decisions you make today will dictate the life you have tomorrow. Figure out what you want your life to look like and reverse engineer the steps. That's the way you can do it. Thank you for listening. Make it a great day. Love and kisses.